Well, I think it is a very good kind of karma yoga, no? Very good kind of service that you do. And I think many people also need it. And there will be things maybe that they can tell to you, which they can neither tell to the doctor nor to their own family, because they may be a little bit too difficult. And so that makes it very worthwhile. And I actually personally also know somebody who is doing the same thing as a service. And yeah, this is definitely very valuable, good to do. And also for those people, what is very important is the emotion that they have when they are dying. This is so important. That emotion will define very much what happens after death. If at that time they feel very unhappy, unloved, unheard, or in another way, unhappy, then they might stay in that state for quite a while when they are in spiritual form. Until, okay, they'll grow out of it, but still, it can take quite a while. Time in spiritual world is also running differently. So what for us may be a year, for them it may be just experienced as a week or 2 weeks or something. So in that way, for them to be then 2 weeks stuck in that negative emotion with which they died, actually, from our point of view, it means 1 year they are in that. So if you can help them to do that, that is very valuable, and that is maybe also not something which the doctor or the family will so much see as important. So yes, very good. But I think for you, the main thing there is, like with a lot of karma yoga, that, okay, you engage yourself, but you do not allow yourself to get trapped in it. And that easily happens. Like maybe at some point you'll get used to going there twice a week or 3 times a week, and the institution may also start depend on that, While for you, this may not always be a good idea. You need to have that positive energy, and if you don't have it, then whatever you do there, it will not work well for you, and neither will it actually work well for them, because to some degree you will be there against your will. You don't really want to, but okay, they expected, you promised, so you go anywhere. But yeah, this is not the way to do it. So whatever deal you make it flexible enough so that you can yourself decide every time, do I feel up to it or not? Because it can be rather draining. We have to accept that a person who is nearing death physically usually becomes very weak, right? And when physically we are very weak, then automatically, mentally also easily we become more weak. And so in that way it can be quite draining. And okay, some people actually I have seen can die in a very serene way. Even though, on the level of the body they don't have the energy, still mentally they remain very strong. But those are exceptions, no? Those are maybe the ones who are going to inspire you instead, no? That is certainly possible. In terms of spiritual consequences of doing that kind of work, one must also be at least aware of the possibility that once that person then leaves the body, they might still feel connected to you, and influence you in some way. Usually when people die, okay, they'll maybe visit others in dream, that is probably the most often. And well, usually that's family members or their beloved or their dear friend. But those who are maybe a little bit disconnected from family and friends, as often happens, unfortunately enough, no, in old age, they might stick to you. No? So then, okay, you know who to call if it becomes really troublesome and they keep you awake, no, at night. They give you lots of troublesome dreams as is possible. No? Especially if they are not really ready. No? If there are many things where they are still struggling and they have no peace, then yeah. But so there's then ways to work with that. But that is also something you have to know. No? And they might also affect you outside of dream in your general feeling. Like, let's say, if they died in a relatively sad way, you might feel a little sad afterwards, not only because you've seen it happen, let's say, but also because somehow their energy is still affecting you. Anyhow, there are a number of possibilities then what to do, both in the sense that from here I can help you with that, and also some things that you can yourself do to help that energy to let go and move on, which is what they have to do. Anyhow, it must be said also that when people die in a relatively lengthy process, that usually also means that they can let go of this world quite easily and move on quite rapidly. The ones who stick around most are the ones who die suddenly, unexpectedly, accidentally, or something like that. So it is not a light thing, but it is a very beautiful thing, a very good thing, very rewarding karmically also. So yeah, good to do, and I think also very good to prepare yourself for the same journey.